Best ever. Seriously. Heaven. Absolute heaven. Righto gang, today it's ginger fried chicken wings with chili jam. It's a face-sucking, mind-numbing, lip-smacking joyride that is just too salty, too sweet, too sour, and way too delicious. Let's kick it. Chicken Wings 101, here we go. It seems to be the fashion these days to cut the wing down into smaller pieces. I'm not into it whatsoever. I like them to be the whole piece of wing, so that way when they're crusted and fried, all that juice stays inside and you get the really crispy, gooey bits on the end. Okay, so fang your chicken wings in a tray where they're going to have plenty of room to breathe, but it's not so big that they'll be swimming either. We want them just to be able to kind of suck up all of this beautiful marinade before we braise them, just to tighten them up. The idea here being that we get as much flavour into the wing as possible before it's covered and coated later on. Cover them with some white sugar, not completely covered. On top of that, we're going to hit it with some fish sauce. Next, we want to get in there with our hands and give it a decent mush. Some kaffir lime leaves, give them a good bruise, put them in on top. We can also add in here some long red chilli, so just smash that, chop it up. It's just going to go in there amongst the wings as they cook. And we'll go a couple of slices of ginger. Don't worry about peeling it, as long as it's free of dirt and grit. We're just using it for flavour into those wings. And we'll also go just a little bit of smashed up garlic. We're going to leave that to marinate for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, just while we get our braise ready. World's smokiest fire, but anyway, I'm going to bang a pot on to make a bit of a braising liquid. Into that I have some Chinese cooking wine, some cassia bark, and another split chili. Also going to bang in a little bit more ginger. Fennel seeds. Also going to add some soy sauce. A couple of big chunks of rock sugar to make them nice and sweet. And finally, just a bit of water or stock. After that's come to the boil and the sugar's dissolved, just have a taste. We're really looking for beautiful booziness from the Chinese cooking wine, and then an equal balance of sweet and salty from the rock sugar and the soy sauce. Behind that, there's all those spices and the ginger and the chili. Delicious, ready to go on top of our chicken wings. So wings have marinated for about half an hour. We've got our beautiful hot liquor, and I'll pour that straight over the top. Now the wings submerged in that nice hot liquor. We just need to bang a piece of baking paper on top so the foil doesn't stick, and a piece of tin foil so they don't burn and the steam gets locked inside. We're going to bang these in the oven till they're just set. Okay, so we need to Dutch up a couple of sauces for our wings, and one of them is going to be like a black vinegar dressing. So we've got some hoisin, and into that we're going to add some Chinese black vinegar, some qingqiang, which is just delicious. I'm going to give that a stir. Healthy boy. So just enough to make it a little bit salty, but nothing too over the top. Now give that a taste, gang. Woo. Also need to have on hand a couple of other pantry items, which if you want to scroll back through my feed, you can find recipes for these. I've got some ginger caramel. Now this guy here, caramelized white sugar that's been hit with ginger at the last minute to retard the cooking, and a little bit of white vinegar and soy sauce. It's like really quite fragrant and delicious and tangy. Some chili jam, probably the first video I think I did at the start of lockdown last year. Make yourself up a batch of chili jam. Hopefully you've got some of that in the cupboard. And also some spice salt, which I think I went through on the rib recipe. Suffice to say, it is a spice blend of Szechuan pepper, cassia, star anise, and clove, toasted and ground up and mixed with salt. And it is the best garnishing salt for just about anything fried. So that's an absolute ripper. You need to have that one ready to rock as well. So I'm just going to put in some of that spice salt we spoke of, and some peeled garlic. Now I like this sauce to absolutely blow your face off. I put the salt in there as a bit of an abrasive, grind up that garlic and smash it to pieces. And into that we need to add chilies. And when I say chilies, I mean an absolute mountain of these guys. I want them to absolutely melt my brain. I want this to be so hot that it basically tears my lips off. So, chilies in with the garlic. Take off the stems and smash them up. And you can already smell that insane aroma from the raw garlic being smashed up with the salt. So just keep beating that into a pulp. I don't want any sweetness in this dressing at all. I just want it to be raw fire. Got a red shallot here as well. In with the garlic and the chili. And just keep pounding away. Now, once those chilies are fully mashed, we're going to add some mint. So the mint gives the dressing a bit of sort of freshness, a bit of herbaceousness that almost cools down the chili a little bit, so you can add even more. Not too much of your stalky stuff, but you also don't have to be ultra pedantic. Oh, now the smell of that, I mean that alone, garlic, chili, shallot and mint is almost a dish in its own right, I reckon. I'm just going to keep pounding there until you can see that the mint is quite bruised and let off a lot of its perfume. Right, in with the lime juice. You've done a bit of a roll. No shortage of juice in our limes up here. You can see that. We've got sure know about it when you've got some cuts on your hands, that's for sure. Okay, we're going to need another one. So a second lime in there. And really, you've got to go here on the juice, not on the number of limes. Finally, some fish sauce. Use a really good quality fish sauce with great flavour. Now it's time to give this one a bit of a taste. It's perfect. It should take your breath away. Salty, sour and raw. Now, they look pretty damn good. That's exactly what we're after. So they need to be cold. And you can really tell just how firm they are still, but they are definitely cooked through. The smell is amazing. And please do not throw out this beautiful, delicious braising liquid. You can freeze that down and use it for next time. Really, that's the beginnings of a very tasty master stock there. The gelatinous juice from the wings certainly will help that become very, very impressive indeed. Yummo. So, bang these bad boys in the fridge. Bit of lemongrass. We've got some bling bling. Just going to slice that into really beautiful rounds. Some long red chilli. Not really. It's got some really beautiful fine hairs. Kaffir lime thread. I'm also going to add some of this really fragrant sawtooth coriander. And then for our fried set, we've got crispy fried shallots, blackened chili, crispy fried garlic, a little bit of curry leaf, and some deep fried seaweed. Just make sure they're nice and cold, and then we're actually going to give them a sprinkle of sugar. This will help make the batter or the flour nice and sweet and crispy. And we're also going to hit it with more fish sauce. And again, it's that beautiful fish sauce sugar marinade that I just am obsessed with. And this liquid is going to help the flour stick. Give it a good mix up. So they're all nice and wet and slippery and sticky. It's almost like there's a sticky layer all over them, like that. And then we need to put our flour on and give them all a toss in the flour. You'll find that the little bits of sugary fish sauce sort of make like a crunchy, short, crusty crumb. You can see all those nice flaky bits in there. Pressing the chicken into the flour just to make sure they're fully coated. And in we go. And just do that in batches until you've got them all cooked, making sure they've all got plenty of that sticky fish sauce, sugar and flour crumb. Okay, chicken wings are fried. Look at these beautiful crunchy buggers. All those fantastic little bits of sticky, sweet, salty, crunchy flour. Like I said, almost like a short crust pastry because of the chicken fat mixed with the sugar and the flour. First things first, we've got our spice salt. We're just going to sprinkle some of the spice salt over the top because they're nice and crunchy and spicy. Sauce number one. This is our hoisin black vinegar. Oh, the smell as it gets activated by those hot chicken wings is absolutely nuts. So just making sure each wing gets a little lashing of that sauce. Next up, I've got the ginger caramel. Okay, the ginger caramel is fragrant and sweet and spicy. And it just needs to be spooned over the top as well. Look at that. The chili jam's like a roasted sweet chili flavour. It's also got some beautiful chili oil in there. I'm going to put some of that on straight away. And then just big nugs of sweet and salty and sour chili jam. They're already looking like a heart attack. I'm impressed. Some hot sauce. Just sprinkling that all over the top. Just, oh. Plenty of hot sauce. Spicy and raw. So I've got, first we'll put in a little bit of the fried seaweed. And then I've got some curry leaves, just fried as well. I've got crispy fried shallots scattered all over the top. We've got our blackened, listen to that, oh, fried chili. Just crush it all over the top. Fried garlic next. Again, just all over the top like that. We've got some roasted sesame seeds. I've got black and white roasted sesame seeds, and they're just going to be crunchy little pops of oily flavour. We've got the long red chili threads for that fresh fruity burst of chili. I think I'll go the lemongrass next. The sawtooth coriander going over. Put the last of the chili. I've got kaffir lime threads. Just as soon as they hit the hot chicken wings, you can smell them straight away. And then finally, we've got these little pieces of our bling bling fruit, which are just bursts of nuclear powered sourness and freshness. Just love how bitter the rind is and how sour, megatronically sour it is eating straight lime. And when you've got as much chili in here as I have already. Now, if that doesn't look like a dance party, I don't know what does. That looks to me like a plate of absolute knock your socks off party food. So there you have it, team, the ultimate guide to Nico's ginger fried chicken wings with chili jam. I challenge you to find me a better plate of wings out there. They are absolutely delicious. Invite your mates over and just smash a big bowl of wings. Tear it open, dip it straight into the extra hot sauce. Oh, and go along for the ride. They are insanity. sour, and layers of chili. Oh my God. It's not a pretty sight. I get it. Till next time, catch ya.